AITA for isolating my nephew in the guest room overnight after I caught him stealing from the other kids during a sleepover. So last weekend I, 30F, hosted a big sleepover for my son Leo, 7M. It was the usual kid chaos. Video games screaming through the house, toys everywhere, movies, junk food, the whole deal. His cousins and a couple friends were there, including my nephew Evan 8M. On the last night, I was heading upstairs when I noticed Evan slipping out of Leo's room with his backpack half-zipped. Something fell off, so after he walked away, I went into the room and checked his bag, and I kid you not, it was stuffed with toys that weren't his. Legos, Beyblades, trains, action figures, Switch games, even some of the other guests' toys. All hidden under his clothes like he was smuggling gold bars across a border. I saw red, here's where I might be TA. I marched downstairs, dumped his entire bag out in front of all the kids, and suddenly everyone was pointing out which toy was theirs. Evan immediately started crying, and I asked him, "Why are you stealing? You literally have plenty of this stuff at home. Did you take anything else?" Still crying, he started showing me hiding spots where he stashed even more toys. Under the couch, behind the toilet, under the guest bed. This kid was running a whole covert operation, and I told him I was calling his parents, my sister Ava, 29F, and BIL Mark, 32M. Mark was at work, Ava was out of town with friends, and neither could pick him up. Here's the second part where I might be TA. Since he had to stay, I told him he wouldn't be with the rest of the kids anymore and would be sleeping in the guest room by himself. I told him, "This is what happens when you steal." He cried harder, but I stood firm. The room had a bathroom, he'd already eaten, and it was just for the night. The next morning his parents picked him up without much drama, but a few hours after all the kids were gone, Ava called me furious. Apparently, Evan told her everything, and she was livid that I made him feel like a criminal. She admitted he has stolen from others before, but they're working on it, and she said my punishment was way too harsh. I told her that whatever they were doing clearly wasn't working, and maybe this made more of an impact. We argued until she hung up. Now she's told the whole family, and the reactions are mixed. Some say I was justified because he was literally stealing from multiple kids at my house. Others say I went overboard, that I shouldn't have punished someone else's kid, and that isolating him overnight was cruel or maybe even traumatizing.
I'm torn.
Part of me feels I handled it reasonably. Why should he get to enjoy the sleepover after trying to rob everyone blind? But another part of me wonders if isolating him was too much. AITA, comment NTA. Kid didn't just pocket one little toy. He built a full-on treasure hoard in your house. You didn't scream at him. You didn't harm him. You just removed him from the social activity after he violated everyone's trust. That's a logical, natural consequence. If his parents are working on it, it sure doesn't seem to be working, because he's still running Ocean's 11 at family sleepovers. Your reaction wasn't cruel. It was firm, clear, and probably the first real boundary he's had around this behavior. If anything, his parents should be thanking you for taking it seriously.